Hi, hello, and welcome to Turner Classic Companion. I'm here to talk about, well, TCM, what's playing on TCM. Tonight is a wonderful time celebrating independent black women directors, movies, prominently before, a time where that was common, where you would see more of that. I mean, now we're living in the era of Gina Prince-Bythewood, Regina King, and Ava DuVernay. But tonight on TCM, we're showing 90s era. Alma's Rainbow is the one I want to focus on the most, which, if I recall, was really kind of brought into prominence in the modern age just a few years back. 2022, they did a big restoration that went to the Criterion channel and is now kind of circulated as a sort of contemporary of what Spike Lee was doing. But obviously this is lasering much more into the female perspective of those similar topics. You get two models, pictures of adulthood. The sort of classical, straight-laced mother of the household, the titular Alma, who runs the neighborhood hair salon, who has a stifled, difficult, muddled relationship with her daughter Rainbow, the titular Rainbow. But then you got the more devil-may-care, free-spirited, larger-than-life Aunt Ruby, who's been sort of unintentionally estranged from the family. She's been in Europe for like a decade, and now she's come back with this whole brand new perspective on freedom and feminism. And now this teenage Rainbow is at sort of the precipice to decide the kind of woman she wants to be as she's thinking about her future, and more specifically as she becomes more interested in boys and is wanting to have these experiences with young love. And it all kind of circles back to the feeling she has about herself in the mirror and the rights that she has over her body, especially socially, particularly socially, just what's bred in through tradition. And so it's just an interesting dialogue about all those different topics from someone with that same lived experience. This is the turning point, this era of the late 80s, early 90s, when people are getting cameras and telling their own stories, telling stories that hadn't been told on film before because that world wasn't open to them. And now you see it everywhere. Independent film still has so much to go, what with the win of Anora. This is showing that independent cinema is valuable to the common man and not just to your own social pockets. That these stories are important and universal because they're specific. Anora's a dime a dozen, but it means that the studio system in the long run could be on the brink. It all comes back to movies like Alma's Rainbow that show the direction cinema can take to progress. Anyway, you don't want to miss it. And if you do miss it, it is still on the Criterion channel in that wonderful new restoration. If you like movies like Do the Right Thing, the works of Spike Lee, Ernest Dickinson, you'll be sure to love this, which is even more nuclear and personal. So I hope you give this a shot. Thanks for watching Turner Classic Companion, your one-stop shop for what plays on TCM, the Criterion channel, wherever you find amazing classic films. Thank you.